You're in good soil with Kellen and Shay. Plant your seed, water your seed, and watch your seed grow. You in good soil with Kellen Haynes and Shay Fowler. I'm going to read you statistics. We're doing domestic violence on this particular episode. This Shay will introduce our guest for this episode. So, statistics say an estimated 12 million Americans become victims of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner each year. About 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced physical abuse from an intimate partner in their lifetime. Women aged 18 to 24 are most likely to experience intimate partner violence. Up to 1 in 3 teens may experience some form of relationship abuse, and the psychological impact is experiencing intimate partner violence is strongly linked to higher rates of depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other mental health challenges. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
12 million?
12 million. That's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Hey, yeah, wow.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, coming in hot, baby. Coming in hot. So, we have this amazing young lady today to talk about domestic violence, aka DV. As you know, it's heavy. I just read that in just the city of Nashville, in 2024, 9 people lost their lives to domestic violence. In 2023, 12 people in just the city of Nashville lost their lives to domestic violence. Woo, mind blowing. But this person, cool young lady, amazing woman, great friend. I bring to the stage, I introduce, I am presenting to you, Miss Tanya Carpenter on domestic violence. Hey, yeah, you're right. Well, I do what I can for the good people, you know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with us today and talk about this heavy topic. I want to just say thank you for even beginning to think about sharing your story, because that's not easy for everybody. Everybody doesn't want to share. But as we start, I just want to ask you, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, about my story, like many, after domestic violence, we're all in our certain stages of healing or where we are in life. But from my perspective, after the divorce, I asked myself, what did I do? And when I say what did I do, I don't mean what did I do to upset this person and make them want to do this. Not from that perspective at all. I'm asking, what did I do to let this happen to me? Because I let this happen. And when I say I let this happen, I'm not speaking of women 50 to 75 years ago. They don't have the options that I have now. I am it now. I am it. Everything that they built up, I'm right here. So when I say, what did I do to let this happen, what I said was, the first thing I noticed is that I did not have a relationship with my Creator. I respect everybody's religion, whoever you follow. I follow God. He's my Lord and Savior. So I didn't have a relationship with Him. So that was my first kind of groundbreaker. Not to say that I didn't seek out any kind of counseling or professional help.
Right.
I did not because I wanted to wait to see what would happen if I first tried this. Later on, I did seek out counseling, and it did help a lot.
That's good.
Because it was from an educated perspective. She had no reason to be on my side or to tell me something that would possibly make her look good. So she was there to help me. Help me out. So, yeah, professional guidance, it did help. But I was thinking, and I prayed about what I would talk about. And I would just love to, I would love to sit here and get into the details of domestic violence and how terrible it is, but we know how terrible and
Yeah.
disgusting it is.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It is horrible. It's gross. It is gross.
So can I ask you this question?
Mm-hmm.
When did you know you were in a domestic violence situation?
That is an excellent question. That is I was like, gosh, I hope she asked me when I knew, because it was like, let me describe this to you. Like when you get outside and you might feel a little bit chilly, and you might feel a little bit colder, especially an outside event like a football game.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of a sudden you realize your dang toes is numb. You can't feel them. You have gotten that cold, but it was gradual. You just didn't feel that shock of that cold right away. And that's the way domestic violence was. It was small things that I saw. Like, when I say small, some people might think of this as huge, but at the time, he was a smoker. I was a smoker as well, but I smoked outside, didn't want them in my home. Small things, he'd smoke in my home, little jabs at my parents. It was first it was just verbal, and then it was this huge heated argument. I had never seen anybody this explosive in all the days of my life. I didn't grow up around people like that. I saw my parents fuss and argue, but this was big. He shoved me. He shoved me, and I was so taken. And when I say I was so taken, you don't expect for somebody to do this.
So was it a shove or was it a?
No, it was a grab.
It grabs you and kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, you tower over me.
Wow.
You're a foot taller than me. He's a very healthy person, not too masculine, but yet and still he's stronger than me. He's the opposite sex.
Right.
So it was beyond me. And then there were these, small manipulative arguments where you think it's twisted and turned where you think it's your fault. So here we go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
If I stay a little bit quieter, if I don't say this, if I don't say that, if I don't look to the left, if I don't look to the right, if I don't look up, if I don't look down, it got crazy. And in all of this craziness and chaos, these bouts of arguments that turn into physical abuse. Wow. And it's just one high and low right after the next. And after a while, a lot of women stay married because it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. But I was so blessed. I love numbers, and numbers are repetitious. If you look at a certain account in a certain area, you'll see certain sets of numbers in certain places, like a 4 every third number or a 7 every second number. I noticed little things like that. I've worked in finance. Because
I was like, whoa, okay. I know Lil Wayne said numbers don't lie, but God, no, okay.
But people are like that. We have cycles. We do.
Yeah.
We have cycles, and when I say we have cycles, of course, women have cycles, but we all have cycles in the way that we function with other people.
Right.
And this cycle was to keep me in the cycle. So it was these huge arguments, huge fights. We kiss and make up. We go out to dinner, blah, 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 blah. And here we go.
And it would start. So would you notice like every 2 days or every 6 weeks? Or you just didn't know? Or once you learned the cycle, you knew?
Once I learned the cycle, he started changing it up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. So, so now these big arguments happen every 4 weeks, once a month.
So you're telling me he knew exactly
what he was
doing.
Wow. And it didn't dawn on me until we had this, I call it the beautiful argument. In my head, I call it, if I ever write a book, I want to start this book out with this story. So you just kind of go with me for a second.
Okay.
We're here.
Right. Look, I don't.
So we're riding along. It's a beautiful day. And the sky is gorgeous. It looks like cotton candy.
Okay.
So we're riding through Goodlettsville. It's kind of countryside.
Yeah.
And the music is extremely loud, and I love it loud. I mean, can't think loud. Bass bump. I like it every once in a while.
Okay.
And I like this song. There's something about the Abusive Brothers. So we're riding, I'm looking out the window, and he turns it down, and he says, "What you thinking about?" And I said, "Funny you should ask." So I brought up about this situation that we had, and I said, I really think that, we should talk more. But it was something he did, and I was like, I really wish you wouldn't keep doing that or whatever. Anyway, he looks at me, he says, you know what, Tanya? I said, what, sweetheart? He said, you always starting some shh. And I said, really? He said, yeah, you are. I said, okay, let me get this right. You ask me what I'm thinking. I'm sitting here being quiet. I'm being quiet. I'm looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me what I think, and I tell you. And then you tell me I'm starting a mess. I said, make it make sense. And I said nothing else. And I thought to myself, that's it. He's been dragging me into these arguments. Then I say something, I get him upset, and he attacks me. But at that moment, I thought to myself, that's how he does it. I'm like, how did I get into this? How did I get into these huge heated arguments? I don't like to argue.
Right.
I will do everything to avoid an argument. You win, I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Yeah.
But nothing worked. But then that's a beautiful argument, isn't it? When you see somebody's got you on a hamster wheel, and you're like, if I can just get some kind of grip on how this works.
Yeah.
How does it get me into these arguments? How is it that I'm making him attack me? It wasn't me the whole time.
Right.
It wasn't the whole time. I was like, I knew I wasn't crazy. Oh my God.
That just blew my mind.
That's major manipulation. Is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's very. What's the new word they're using now? Narcissistic.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly
what that sounded like.
That's what it sounded like to me anyway.
And the fact that you had to have that beautiful argument to figure it out and see it for what it is, what it was.
Because I was trying to fight somebody. I was trying to fight a professional fighter. That's like me. I am 53 years old. Mm-hmm. I'm in pretty good shape. I stand lose some pounds. But right now, if you put me in the ring with Mike Tyson, I'm not going to win.
Right.
Well, guess what? Hold on.
He's a professional fighter.
Ain't none of us in here going to win against Mike.
None of us.
In these arguments with my ex going back and forth, it dawned on me, he's professional. He's been doing this for years.
Yeah.
He's had all of this practice, and you can't win like that.
So where you think that... Where you think the root? Where did it come from for him? Did you ever?
That's a good
find out?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay.
I started taking a good look at the men that were in my life. I took a good look at my father. I took a good look at my brother. I thought back about the behaviors of my uncle.
Wow.
I looked back at the stories that were told to me about my grandfathers. I looked back.
Well, and that was for you. Mm-hmm. I meant for him.
Like,
did you ever? Yeah. Did y'all have a conversation, or did it ever get to a point even after the divorce? Did y'all go find it, or did he go find it and have y'all talked about it?
I cut off all.
Oh, y'all finna say it? Did you just say, you know what? I don't even care.
I blocked him on everything, including Cash App and Venmo.
So did you
And let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me explain why I did this. This is why I did this.
Okay.
It's because we had broken up so many times that he finally taught me that he was wanting to keep me in a loop. So when I figured this out, I'm like, how is it that I always end up going back? And every time I went back, it was worse. The name calling got worse. I couldn't have any privacy. My phone calls had to be on speaker. It just got to the point of where he wanted to know what I was going to wear to work. It got this bad. But I kept seeing myself go back every time. So I said this last huge argument, and I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. I would stay up purposely till about 3:30 in the morning and get up and go to work because I was waiting for this huge argument that would disturb my sleep and get me all off balance and make me cranky all morning. Mm-hmm. He would do this, and I'd miss a day from work, and it was to that point. But I waited for that huge argument, and that last time I got out, I thought to myself, I have got to do something different because I cannot go back to him. So I blocked him on everything, and I had to because I couldn't let him know that he ever had a chance to what he did was his closure. I didn't need it
Right,
at that
right,
point.
right.
So I could not give him the opportunity to put his foot in the door because that's what I was giving him.
Right.
When I didn't, I answered his call, I answered his text.
You did everything,
I
yeah.
let
Yeah.
him keep his foot in
It
my
was
door.
never good enough, huh?
So when you all were in the dating stage, beginning to know each other, finding each other, was that good? Did anything happen then? And when it did happen, how far were you all into the relationship?
He wanted to move really, really fast. Yes, when I say really fast, we started seeing one another in December. We broke up 2 or 3 times. By March, he was proposing to me.
So y'all met in December.
Yeah.
Broke up 2 or 3 times between December and March.
But then in March he said, let's get married.
Yeah. And then, of course, I said, you know what? Let's just wait a while. Then these huge arguments came up in between this phase. This is the first time he asked me to marry. Huge arguments would come up. Then he would leave. He would pack his things. He would leave. It was just this back and forth. And then he would take his ring. He'd want to give it back. It was all of this.
So now my question is going to be to you, explaining all of that. Excuse me. Why did you choose or decide to marry him?
Because I thought to myself, you know what? We are of a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
We are of a certain age. We both went to church. I had church in me. He just went to church.
Oh.
There's a big difference, and I'm not.
No. I
understand.
I get it.
Most of the people that go to church are just going.
Right,
Yeah.
but I had God in me. He was in me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna do everything I can, to make it work. And eventually, a year later, I did marry him because I just, I love marriage. I to each his own, but I just can't play house with you.
Right.
I can't do it.
Absolutely.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Got married.
So when you all get married, you're living this wonderful, blissful life together. What happens then that makes you say, okay, I'm married to this man and I'm going to stick it out? What does he do in this marriage that you're married that you go, what is this? Like, what was that argument in marriage that you can remember that you began the process of thinking, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was after that second breakup because we broke up about maybe five to 7 different times.
While married?
Yeah, this 5 to 7 times. We knew one another for 4 years, married about 2 years.
Okay.
And it was like multiple breakups. Multiple. And when I say multiple breakups, I'm leaving.
Would you be the one to initiate I'm leaving, or would it be you and him at times?
No. He would initiate. He's leaving.
Okay.
Or if we were sometimes stay with his father. Father's older. We stayed with him sometimes. He would tell me to get out, to pack my things. So.
Wow. And would you pack your things or leave?
And then of course, this was it just dawned on me. This was all a part of what he was doing. This back and this back and forth game. Yeah. So after a while, I was like, you know what? As soon as the next time comes and you tell me to leave, man, in the back of my head, I'm waiting. I am waiting.
So you begin a plan.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Exit strategy.
Yeah.
I had to stop spending money so frivolously. I made plans. I did.
Yeah.
I had to.
You said for 4 years? Y'all married for 4 years?
Just 2 years.
Just 2 years. Okay.
Knew each other 4 years.
Okay.
Before getting married.
I got you.
So what was the incident that happened to make you say, or was it you that said, I got to get out. This is it. This is my last comeback. This is my last around the circle.
It was a lot. It was just a huge argument over. I had gotten us apartment in a different place at a rate, and it was just a huge argument. But in the whole whole mess of this huge argument, he said something that just really struck me, and it was like something said, Tanya, this is what he is. And what he said to me was, he said, I only have X amount to give for the apartment. He pitched a fit about, we need to work together. Okay, cool. But at that moment, I'm thinking to myself, I have forgiven him for all that he's done, and now we're gonna make a fresh start. And this is what I gotta do. Ooh, and I'm not basing this on a material standpoint.
You're starting to see like this.
Yeah,
this is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It really wasn't. I think back, and it wasn't about the money. It was just that he knew that I would do it. Wow. He knew that I would do it.
So was he more mental abusive, emotionally abusive than physical, or was it a mixture of the three?
It starts off verbally emotional at first.
Okay.
I think that's the grooming part.
Yeah, to play on the mental.
Right. The pop shots, insults about your appearance or your accomplishments. Just because you're educated doesn't mean you know everything.
Facts.
Small things like that. Just
Facts.
small things.
Yeah.
Not being supportive of what you're doing. I would ask, well, I'm just not into that type of thing. No, I'm not gonna go. Okay. And mainly, it just didn't dawn on me how important it is to have a collective of friends that share, common things in common.
Absolutely.
Right.
He didn't have any.
Wow.
He didn't.
Wow. He isolated himself from other people.
Yeah, and he always, it was like he assumed, well, since you don't have a lot of friends, then all of your focus can be put on me. And it was it was just like all of the time, always having to have my attention. Couldn't stand to see me sit quietly, watch a movie, maybe
enjoying yourself.
He liked the chaos. He liked the distraction. He liked the noise.
I didn't mind the quiet. I like the quiet. Sometimes at home, wouldn't have on the TV, no music, just the quiet. Open the windows, listen to nature. No.
None of that. So let me ask you this. As you're getting to know him, you're learning him, did you see anybody in his family be who he is, or did he keep you separate from his family?
No, I wasn't separate from his family. And yeah, there were some things that I did see, and I questioned it in the back of my head. But I made excuses saying, well, he's probably not like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You thought he was different from what you saw, and usually we all take from where we come from, whether good or bad or both.
Yeah.
We're products of our community.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
So when you saw it, let me go back to this. I had this question earlier. I asked you about emotional and mentally. Was the physical? I know you said he shoved you, he grabbed you. Was that the only time it was physical?
Yeah, that wasn't the only time. And you know what? I don't know where this came from. And this is to all those who don't know a lot about physical violence. It's never one time. She can take that life to the grave with her.
It was only one time. It only happened one time.
No.
Yeah.
And the bad part about that is often we lie about it because we are ashamed of it. We sometimes feel like we're ashamed that we let this happen. Because I asked myself that question, how could I let this happen to me? I love me. But then when I really started looking at my environment, my uncles and fathers and cousins, and, I thought about, how they operate, how they talk to women, how they treated women, how they viewed women. And I was like, wow. And I say that because often in our society, we grow up, what happens here stays
here.
What happens in this house stays in this house. And when we grow up, especially as women, we grow numb to being mistreated because we didn't know it, but we were conditioned for it long before.
That's true.
Long before I even met him, a lot of what I had seen had conditioned me to be, treated as such, you know. And when I say such, I think anytime you mistreat anything, you treat it like an object.
So are you saying that what you saw before was in your life, your earlier, your growing up, your raising, is that what you saw? Maybe not to the extent, but you saw that type of how the men in your life treated women?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you...
If I didn't see it, I heard about it.
You heard about it.
Oh.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and when you said that, I did a video a few months ago about me and dating, and I choose the man that looks like my grandfather, whom I love so much, but I choose men who act like my dad.
Right.
And when you said that made me think, so what you saw and heard is how you ended up with that person.
Sometimes we can build, as women, we can build this man in our head, and then somebody comes around who even remotely resembles some of those characters. We'll just take him.
Yeah.
Take him. Boom, boom, boom. He's physically abusive. He talks foul.
Yeah.
He, he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. But we're saying back of our head. But
Well, they say usually women tend to look for daddy, whether daddy was around or not. They're looking for daddy, and vice versa. A lot of men look for mommy, and they try to go far away from, like me. I had my mother and my father. Boy, I was conflicted. No, but I see, like, especially now at almost 42, I see a lot of what my mama in me now, more of my mama in me now than when I was younger. When I was younger, I was probably more trying. I was probably even trying to be more like my father. But now it's like I love my father, but in some ways I'm like, you know what? I want to change that because I didn't like it when I saw it. I didn't like it whether it was directly me or not. I didn't like it. I want to change it. So usually we pull from where we come from, and I just so happen to be able to kind of say, okay, I remember this from both, and this is what I don't like from both, and this is who I'm going to be for me.
Because you got to know what to take.
Yeah, you
do. The good or the bad.
Right.
You do.
The even or the uneven. And you got to look at it and say, what's best for me.
That's right. That's right.
In every relationship, you're going to have some things that you're going to have to just tolerate.
It's called, You got to, what they say.
Compromise?
Not the compromise. I'm thinking about the saying. What they usually say about women. They say, all women are crazy. You just got to find the one. The right one.
Yeah.
But just saying that in general, everybody is who they are. Figure out what it is about them that that'll keep you there. That'll make you want to stay. And if it's less of that, then it's like, you need to either not be with them in the first place, or if you get too far gone, you need to pay attention and you need to get on up out of there.
Okay.
And the biggest thing that I did see is that I was, and you can't ever put what you give on a scale, but if you are giving so much that you have nothing else to give, you're not receiving anything. And when I say you're not receiving anything,
I mean, you're being drained.
Yes, drained. It can start to make you physically ill. It's making me ill. I kept a stomachache on a daily. It just hurt all day, hurt all the time. And then I think about a month after I left, I woke up one morning and it just stopped. It was a persistent stomachache, like, I don't know, you ate too much
relief, stress. It was stress relief. Yeah.
So what made you go, today is the day I'm getting out of this?
You know what, that part, I give God all the praise and glory, because I couldn't have done it by myself.
I understand.
I could not have just left and not went back and said, you were wrong, you did this. I could not have cut that connection completely out without His grace. Without His grace and His power and prayer. Because I tell you what, I had tried and tried before to get out of that situation. And somehow, again, I ended up back with them. And it was like, I felt like a crazy person. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, but I understand that.
What are you doing here, Tanya? I would just wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, what are you Girl, are you crazy?
What are you thinking?
Yeah. So sometimes it's just the fear of, okay, what am I gonna do next after I leave? Sometimes.
Yeah.
It wasn't
What is it then? Tell us what it
wasn't.
was.
It wasn't.
Right.
You know, because I've always been on my own, pretty much. I've
Okay.
always worked.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't, financially taking care of me.
Okay.
Right.
It wasn't over SCX, it is what it is. You do, you don't, you don't. So it wasn't over that. And I thought to myself, I just must be crazy. But it was just in this cycle that I wasn't familiar with. This cycle of being abused a little bit, and then, you might be praised and loved a little bit.
Yeah.
Things may go smoother X amount of days, and then boom, another big argument, and it's all over again. It's like a hamster on a wheel.
Yeah. But something in you said, this is the day. Yes, Lord.
Or this is the moment.
Or this is the moment. This is my moment. I'm going to start this plan and find my way out.
Yeah.
Did the Lord say something to you? Did you say something to yourself? Did you say something to the Lord? Like, what clicked to say this process has got to start, and it's going to start right now?
It was just like overnight. Overnight. It was just, and when I say overnight, I give all the praise and glory to God, because I could not get away from him. And when I say I could not get away from him, we had broken up several times.
Right.
And I just always found myself back with him.
What made you not go back the last time?
I did what I should have done. I cut off all connection. All connection. When I say all connection, I mean all connection. I blocked him. When I just say block on social media, he comes from nice family, good family. I see them. I say hello. Short conversation. We can't break. Old folks say we can't break bread.
So you cut the ties,
I had to.
not only with him, but those that associated with him.
Yeah, and like I said, family's good people, but they're not somebody that I reach out to say, hey girl, let's go out and let's,
Yeah.
listen. I don't.
Because you didn't want to take that chance.
No, I wanted to send a clear message.
It's over.
We are done.
Yeah.
We are done.
Not it's over. We're done.
Yeah.
That's a different word.
Yeah.
We are done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Because me not being that done probably wouldn't allow me to sit here today.
Ooh, sit on that for a second.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause, every one of us women and men who get out of domestic violence, if you think back and you say to yourself, it was so bad that you might not be sitting here.
You know what? I just had this same conversation. And I was actually talking to my son probably in this past week. Like I was telling you before we started recording, I was in a previous marriage before this one, 14 years. And I'm not going to say it was her fault, my fault. But we had a lot of physical stuff go on. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I lost my train of thought of what I was telling my son. What was I telling my son? I'll come back to it.
Okay.
But this is the chance we're coming from a man that's actually on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Or was at least accused of being on the other side. I could tell a little bit about my story real quick. Like I said, married 14 years, got married at 18.
Oh.
So she didn't know herself, I didn't know myself. And we came into the marriage with 2 kids. She had a child already, and then I had a child already, and then she got pregnant like 2 months, so that was 3 off wham.
Yeah.
And we don't even know ourselves. We ain't established, we ain't in school, we don't have any money.
Yeah.
And that right there, it'll cause anybody to,
lose it.
Because you're struggling. At 18, you're trying to figure it out. And one person like, why you ain't doing it? Why you ain't doing it? And it just became our first anniversary, I went to jail. First, I'm talking about the day of.
Wow. Because she accused you.
Well, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take accountability.
Okay.
It got physical.
Okay.
But I had to go to jail for it, for my part of it.
Right. And she didn't.
No, she didn't. But because I'm the type of person, like I said, I take accountability. I'm the man for one.
Right.
And like I try to tell my boys, I got 3 boys. Like I try to tell them, it's never okay to put your hand on
Right.
a woman. It's never okay. That don't mean it's gonna be easy not to.
Right.
In the moment that it's heated, because you don't know when you got two people who don't know themselves.
Right.
You know what? That's the part. I just want to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But that's the part in this when we were getting into these arguments that I didn't understand. I would never invade a person's space,
Right.
especially when we're angry.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah,
That's dangerous.
Step back, give them a minute.
That's
Let me let you
dangerous.
cool off.
It's dangerous. Yeah, and there was a lot of that, and especially growing up in the that time was so. I look back now and I say thank you God all the time.
Right.
Just because it's like I didn't come from that.
Right.
Like I said, I had two parents, and I'm pretty sure they had disagreement. We all have disagreement, but
I'm a military brat.
really.
Yeah.
See? Wow.
I come from a 2-parent home.
Yeah.
So how old was your son as you're having this conversation? Is this a recent conversation?
Yeah, he just turned 20. I just talked to him this week. And I'm gonna tell y'all why this son in particular. This is my oldest son.
Okay.
So this ain't the first time I just told y'all about our first year anniversary.
Okay.
This was the last time there was like,
It's explosive, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it was a lot of explosive, but this time right here, out of all of my children, I got a lot of them. Out of all of my children, my son was the only one there.
Oh.
So he saw it firsthand.
Okay.
And I don't want to go into details of it,
Right.
but just saying, he saw it.
Yeah.
And I've been I've been talking to him about it. He was 8 then. He's 20 now. So I've been having to have conversations. Now, when he was 14, 15, 16, he didn't understand my end of it. All he could say was, you're never supposed to put your hand on a woman, because that's what I told him.
Yeah.
And he was right. Yeah, he is right.
Yeah.
And all I could tell him is, son, I just hope you never have to go through this. I hope you never have to go through this. And guess what he told me recently? And I still told him, it's not right.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
What
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And anytime you got to go through the physical part of, you're going to argue, you're going to disagree.
Yeah.
But when you get to a physical place,
That's
it's time to get out of there.
Yeah.
And that was how it was for me. I was already gone at that point, but that right there was like the icing on the. I had to, of course, in Tennessee, you got to sit in jail. That was the second time I went to, and it was the first one was 2003.
Okay.
This had to be 2013.
Okay.
10 years apart.
Yeah.
Only 2 times I've been in jail in my life was for domestic violence.
You know what? I was so afraid to call the police. Never did. Not one time. I was scared because women like me that call the police, it can take a hard left in this day and time. I don't know how it was back then, but I'm talking about within the past 10 years. Yeah.
Well,
so I never did.
She called the police, because I'm not calling the police, especially not for that. And when she called them, I didn't even at that point. It was just like whatever, because for me, I'm just whatever. And and for me, especially at that time, it's like, oh, you called the police? I was definitely over, because that's the one thing
Did she try to physically provoke you?
Yes. I ain't gonna tell you to the extent, but yes. Because like you said, it don't matter how aggressive or how, when it's in the heat of them, the space.
Yeah.
It's the space. It was the space part. And for me, at that point, that particular day, it was more reaction, what we call reflex, than anything. And it happened. And like I said, my son saw it, and for more than anything, I apologize to her. Ben did that, but I've apologized to my son so many times, because I know what that can do
to a boy,
to his mind. I know the resentment he had for me.
To be a man, and you see what it did. You could tell what it did to a boy, and that this boy is turning into this man, and he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, he's
but
definitely
daddy
trying to
and
figure
mama
it out.
did it So
It must be right.
yeah, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I made sure that I did talk to him, because I know that even I'm not a psychologist or any of that, but I knew that it could have an effect on him.
Right.
Because like I said, I didn't come from that. But what I had to do years after is figure out what got me to that point. What made me so angry?
A lot of men won't do that. That's
Yeah.
the reason why
They don't take the time out.
No,
Yeah.
they won't take the time out because you know what? What you did was you held yourself accountable. And
Right.
sometimes, often with men, when they hold themselves accountable, makes you feel vulnerable.
Yeah,
Makes you feel
it does.
weak.
It does.
And men don't like that feeling.
They don't like that feeling.
They
Yeah.
don't like it. So
Yeah.
I commend you for it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Great job.
And it's of course it's way Lord, it's better now. It's peaceful now, but I think my job now is to continue. Like I said, there's 3 boys, 2 that are biologically mine that I got reach for every other day.
Right.
But my job is to make sure that I'm in their ear about stuff like that. Especially my other son is 14. I talk to him, but my older son is like me. He is attitude, temper, like me, or like I was. It's not as bad, nowhere near as bad. And I'll be honest, my wife now, in the beginning, it was stuff that I would do, not physically, but maybe how I would raise my voice. How she dealt with that helped me, because she didn't raise her voice back at me.
Right.
She just talked to me. She'd say, "Hold on, I'm not raising my voice at you. I'm talking to you." That helped. Now it took a while because I had to get out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
Like,
years
I was
later.
about to say, yeah, but you seem like you saw part of you that you didn't like in that previous relationship.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you tried to change that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because even one of my questions was on here, I was going to ask you: Do you think once a man lays his hand on a woman, do you think he'll ever do it again, or is that him? Is that his character, or can it be changed, even with the same woman? Or does he have to leave that woman that he might
That
have laid,
situation
to get to a point to where he can see himself?
I think that all people are capable of changing,
Right.
but it's not popular. I think, of course, I don't have a psychology degree, but it's not popular for a lot of our men to change, because change will require going into that vulnerable, weak place and holding yourself accountable and looking at yourself and asking yourself for forgiveness and asking God for forgiveness. And a lot of women don't want to do that. A lot of women we don't want to open up and be. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you not run over toes? Let's not next, because I don't like to be vulnerable. I'm learning myself.
I am not a crier, but I cannot tell you how many times I cried myself to sleep, and it wasn't over him. It was over me. I prayed a prayer. This was in the midst of all these arguments. I said, God, can you please blind me and deafen me and let me see him through you. God showed me what kind of man I had. That broke my heart. When I saw what kind of man he was, I felt sorry for him. He was pitiful. And what I saw of my ex broke my heart. And I was sad.
Wow.
I was sad because I look at our men. You're our community builder.
Yeah.
You're our foundation.
You are leaders.
Yeah.
And we want to support you.
Yeah, and when I saw none of the description of what love is in the Bible, I didn't see none of that in that man. But I asked God, I said, let me see him through your eyes. Let me hear him through your ears.
And when you ask Daddy for what you need, he will show you what it is.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. At that time, 2013, I wasn't going to church. I wasn't even professing to be a Christian at that particular point in my life. But looking back, I still got to thank God, because from 2013 up until now, that particular day, I ain't been back to jail. I've never ever laid my hand on any other woman. Not even my daughters. I don't think I might have want them. But I would say now, like I would tell men, when you're searching for your wife, make sure you know what you're looking for. one thing I know is I have a wife that when I'm upset, she knows how to leave me be for the most part. But she ain't going too far to where I go too far.
Right.
And I thank God for that all the time. It's
Yeah,
peaceful.
yeah.
It ain't we don't in the 5 years. We don't even bark at each other. When we disagree, this is probably about as loud as I'm gonna get with her. Yeah. And a lot of times with her, see, remember I told y'all I take the role of my mama now? My mama is the okay.
I'm that. Okay.
I do more. We both do it, but I'm more like that now. Back then, my dad is more the he ain't got a rah, but he gonna let his presence be felt. He's the dominant one.
I want to say this. I have not been in an argument with somebody in 4 years.
Wow.
Because you know what? I took on that whole persona of okay.
Wow.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's growth.
It is. It is.
That is growth. And as y'all are talking, I was sitting here thinking, have I ever been in something domestic, a violent relationship?
Yeah.
And I think I had to dig, but I see it. I've been there. And you don't realize it. I remember this one guy who this man could sing my little panties right on off.
Oh wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't. I wouldn't either. But I remember he came to an event that my family was having, and I remember us walking away having a conversation. And I remember him grabbing me, and I remember seeing the bruise later, and I thought, this ain't good.
That was enough for you, huh?
Yeah. He don't know that my mama is not wrapped too tight sometimes.
Yeah.
And she got 7 brothers that's coming. Yeah. I can't let my mama see that. I remember thinking that. And I was in my 20s. Like, she can never see that. Because this woman will kill this man.
Yeah.
My uncles are going to be behind her as she kills him. And it'll be a dundada.
Yeah.
I never had a physical relationship after that with someone, but spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, that I received in my marriage.
Yeah.
I received that.
Yeah.
Like, this man wouldn't pay stuff.
That is abusive.
That's abusive.
Yeah.
That man, I've not ever said this out loud to someone before. The day of my wedding, this man did not pay for this reception.
Yeah, we would see do these plans sometimes, and they never did go through because I'm a numbers chick. But
yes, you are.
Yeah, but I started saying, you said you're gonna pay what? And he was always trying to do these mental games of, the man at the circus with those little stones and the rocks up underneath.
Yeah.
And then you gotta pick which one. Yeah, but in a conversation piece like that.
And I didn't know that this man didn't pay for this wedding reception until the day of the wedding. The lady is calling me because the decorator is trying to get in.
Wow.
You know who had to cover that expense?
You did.
This man ain't never paid me back. And would talk so funky to me.
You might well let that go.
And I'm okay with that. I did. Because when the judge said, what would you want in this divorce? My name. That's all I wanted. I didn't want nothing else from this person. And when we were at court and the clerk could see this man, she said, I see why you're divorcing him. Like, we've been in this room 15 minutes and this is what you saw? Like, and when it was all said and done and I was going through this detachment, I was in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Domestic violence is serious.
Yes,
and we have got to step up and hear people when they talk. And when you talk to us and letting us know that you are in a domestic relationship, you have got to use the right words, the right signals. Like, begin your plan and tell people, if I say a word, that means I need help. If I do an action, like real subtle, like let it be a subtle moment so somebody will know you're needing help without using words. Even if that person is sitting next to you that is abusing you, when you're speaking to that person that is here to help you, give them something. If you have to tap your feet 3 times, if you lean over and brush on them or something, like just letting that person know that you're needing help so that they will know how to help you.
Right.
Domestic violence is real in this world, not just in this city. In this world, it is so, so real.
Right.
People are here to help you. Please reach out. You've got to reach out. You need to reach out. Begin the process of a plan. Begin to find your support people so that you can take care of you and know that somebody has your back. The plan is get out of this. Like if you've heard of the title of the movie, Get Out.
Get out.
You gotta get out.
Get out.
Go, run, do something, especially if you have little ones. It is time for you to make a move and let it all go. Just let it go. You can start over. He doesn't or she doesn't have to kill you. You don't have to kill them. Let's just get out so that you can get into this new path of life. It's painful what you're going through, but there's a purpose in it. Right. Find your way out. Find your way out. Get somebody, get you support, and get out. It is there for you. Right. I want to say thank you for taking time out, Miss Tanya.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
For having this deep, critical conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, again, be mindful about who you're with, who you're around, who you're talking to as far as relationships are concerned. But more importantly, check yourself.
Yes.
Know yourself, check yourself. Yeah. So in the event, like I said, I was a man on the other side. I wasn't the victim as far as, the one who made the call, the one who, I was the accused, what you call the accused. I was that, but I understand why I was that too. I understand the whole situation. I understand who I was at that particular time. That's not who I am now. So I'm here to tell you, if you are the accused, that don't mean that's who you are.
Right.
But you need to check yourself.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I want to thank Miss Tanya for planting herself today in good soil with us. I thank you for planting yourself in good soil with us. We'd like to see you back next week. All
right. We thank you. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your family. And if you know someone that is going through domestic violence, reach out. Be that comforting person that they need. Hey, it's your girl, Shay Fowler, She Life Coach, here on In Good Soil with your boy.
Kellen Haynes, a.k.a. Kel Haynes. You call me Kel Haynes. Look, I love y'all. Push. Peace. It's the In Good Soil podcast.
Until next